Hey there, scribe. Sarah here, and welcome to the August Book Club episode of the Right Podcast. I'm so glad you're here and spending this time with me. Because you are here, that tells me that you're a reader, which, as an author, is essential. Whether you're dreaming of becoming one, or you've just started penning your first novel, or maybe you've already written and published a dozen novels, you are a writer and you're in the right place. This show was made for you, my friend. I have brought a very special guest to join us in today's book club. Everyone, I would love to introduce you to my dear friend, Elise Helliwell, who is a soon to be published romantasy author. How are you, Elise?
Oh, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I am super excited to talk to you and to discuss this book. But first off, let's get it out of the way. Show me your book, which is going to be out very, very soon. Oh, that is so beautiful. I absolutely love that cover so much.
I know. Can you believe it was designed at the time by a uni student, Libby Sparks? Very clever woman. She's going to go very far.
Yes, awesome. So tell us about that because you're living in the Sunshine Coast. Obviously, I live here. You're in our writers group. So it's been amazing. It was like 16 months ago, I guess, maybe even longer, where you came to the group. You hadn't finished your book, and suddenly you've got a publishing contract with one of the big five, and you're just going leaps and bounds. It's incredible to watch.
Thank you so much. Yes, it's been a long journey, but November can't come soon enough, and I am just so excited for my debut to be out in the world.
Yes.
I'm working on the second book at the moment, so
Awesome.
there's more to come.
And so your novel is a time travel?
Yes, it is a time travel romance or magical realism about an introverted academic who falls in love with a charismatic time traveler from her future while she's trying to unravel the secrets of her past.
Oh, so good. I can't wait to read it. I'm so excited. And you're going to have it at the Sunshine Coast Fiction Festival. So
I'm so excited. It'll be my first book event ever where I'm selling my own book. And if you come along, come and see me and say hi.
yeah, absolutely. I'm sure it'll be the first of absolutely many, many book signings that you're invited to and you go to. So excited for you. And I know I'm going to love that book. I can't wait to get the foiled edges, the sprayed edges, I mean. And it's going to be such a good trophy book.
Apparently it is going to have foiling on the front in little, yeah, apparently. So it'll have a straight edge and foiling on the front, and I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited.
Me too. That's amazing. All right. So this month's book club, you and I have both read Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. There's my copy. So I'll just do a quick blurb so everyone knows. And just putting it out there, there will be spoilers in today's episode. So if you have not already read Problematic Summer Romance, I highly recommend you read it and maybe push pause and come back to this episode when you have. So, Maya Kilgore is a 23. Maya Kilgore is 23 and still in the process of figuring out her life. Connor Harkness is 38 and Maya cannot stop thinking about him. It's such a cliche, it almost makes her heart implode. Older man, younger woman, successful biotech guy and struggling grad student, brother's best friend and the girl he never knew existed. As Connor loves to remind her, the power dynamic is too imbalanced. Any relationship between them would be problematic in too many ways to count, and Maya should just get over him. After all, he has made it clear that he wants her gone from his life. But not everything is as it seems, and cliches sometimes become plot twists. When Maya's brother decides to get married in Tiomina, she and Connor end up stuck together in a romantic Sicilian villa for over a week. There on the beautiful Ionian coast between ancient ruins and delicious food and natural caves, Maya realizes that Connor might be hiding something from her. And as the destination wedding begins to erupt out of control, she decides that a summer fling might be just what she needs, even if it's a problematic one.
So good.
Oh gosh. Okay. My first thought when Elise decided to we should do this one. My first thought was when I read that blurb, holy crap, there's a lot of tropes. So,
Mm. I know. I wrote some of them down.
excellent. How many did you get?
Or five.
5. I got 10. So you tell me what yours are.
Forbidden love,
Yep.
age gap,
Yep.
slow burn,
Oh, yep.
forced proximity,
Yep.
island summer read.
Yes.
What did you have?
All right. I got age gap, brother's best friend,
Oh
vacation
yes.
romance, destination wedding, second chance romance, friends to lovers, but I've also got enemies to lovers,
Yeah.
um, grumpy sunshine, forbidden love, and forced proximity.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
So yeah, my first thing was just like, oh wow, she is putting all of the tropes in this book.
I love how she plays to the tropes. I'm a big fan
Yeah.
of Ali. She's one of my favorite authors. But yeah, I love how she plays to the tropes in each of her books. It's so good.
It is. That is, and it was done so well.
Yes.
So I guess the main one is the age gap. Uh,
Yes.
so Maya is 23, Connor's 38.
Yes.
So it's a 15-year age gap. It's absolutely central to the theme. That's the controversy and the tension.
Yeah.
Um,
The main
he's
conflict, I think.
what was that?
It's the main conflict,
Main
I
con-
believe. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what did you think about the age gap? The 15 years.
It didn't bother me at all. Yeah, I didn't mind it actually. We got reminded of it a lot,
Mm.
but I still I liked it. I loved the difference between the characters. So you mentioned the grumpy versus sunshine trope.
So, yeah, I thought with the age gap dilemma, like she's 23, so she met him, I think they said when she was like 14 or 15,
Yeah,
because she went, her parents died, and she had this older brother, Eli. And so she went to live with Eli, and Connor is Eli's best friend,
that's right.
brother's best friend. So he kind of knew her as this young, pubescent teenage girl.
Yeah,
Um, so that's kind of where he says that he always kind of remembers her like that.
yeah.
Um, it's funny because my daughter, Arabella, she's 13 at the moment, and she saw the cover when I'd finished reading it. She grabbed it and she's like, Mum, can I read this? Which is hilarious because almost exactly the same thing happened to me when I was 14. Um, and we were talking about it last night, and she's like, 15 years. It's so big. I'm like, you haven't even been around for 15 years, sweetheart.
Yeah, yeah. Crazy.
So yeah, it really is. It's crazy. And I think Maya, she's 23. So I guess one of the things I had with this was that, darling, you're only 23. Like, you've got a long life to go.
Yeah, and I love how well Ali wrote her, like with the dialogue. She's calling Connor boring, and it was so well done.
Yes, the banter, the conversations are just gorgeous.
Yeah,
She definitely has a very beautiful way of writing. Admittedly, this is the first time I have read a Ali Hazelwood book. I did start one previously, but it kind of went on my DNF. Um, but I am glad I got through this one. I started reading the paperback and then I switched to audio. And then
oh,
I fell in love with the audio. I'm not even lying. Like in the audio, the female narrator is brilliant,
really?
absolutely brilliant. She just had this way of, yeah, making these noises and these sounds that narrators usually don't make. And it was just like she absolutely became that character. It was so good. So,
That is so cool. I have a confession. I've never listened to an audiobook.
oh,
No, No, monster. I will at some point.
Well, I do. I highly recommend it for this. The male narrator in this one is Irish because
Yeah, I
Connor,
was going to say, did he have the accent?
he is so Irish that his American accent wasn't very good. But it was kind of like, wait, who's he playing now? But he's genuinely got to be Irish because no one would get it that well. But it was a beautiful Irish accent. So yeah, I really enjoyed the audio version. I'm going.
Right.
It was good. So yeah, so they had their location was a name I cannot pronounce in Sicily, and I loved that. I that really intrigued me with the book. I'm like, oh, Sicily, yeah, Italy, Sicily, yeah, let's do that. And I found that the setting was, I mean, vital in this book and so beautiful. The descriptions that Ellie uses, I just thought were great. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, like all the food and swimming to the island and the gardens. It was beautiful. I loved it. I've never been to Italy, but I'd love to go. Have you been?
I've been to Italy. I've not been to Sicily, and now it is definitely climbing up the list of places to go.
Yeah,
I also loved how she made the volcano start erupting.
I know, so funny. It was like the wedding that everything went wrong.
Exactly. Yeah, they all got food poisoning the first night, and yeah, just this array of crazy things. It's like this wedding is
And
cursed.
they eloped in the garden anyway.
Oh, I did love that. So I've started a reading journal, and this is actually the first time I'm showing it on a camera. So this is my Quirky Cup reading journal. It's absolutely beautiful. So it's not quite finished yet, but this is my first kind of page of my reading journal. I'm trying to get more into junk journaling and that sort of thing.
Yeah, nice. I love that.
So there's an extra page as well that I probably won't use. I think that was a little bit too much more information. But I had a lot of fun journaling about that one and putting in the stickers and gorgeous things. And yeah, so and then reliving it as I was writing it all down, which was fantastic.
Do you
And
write down quotes that you like?
I did. Oh, yes. Let me share. This one definitely jumped out.
One-liners.
Yeah, I don't know why it jumped out at me. I read no, I heard this one on the audiobook and I'm just like, I love it.
Yeah.
It's like a mischievous child is shaking the little snow globe in which I dwell, and now the world is upside down.
Oh, so
I
cute.
don't know why that hit me so hard, but I still love it.
Yes. My one of my favorites was the story jumps back and forth to before the wedding when they were getting to know each other, often via phone call. And he called her, and you can tell he's going through, not a good time. And he says, "I just want to listen to you exist."
Yeah.
And then they just go about their evening routine in silence, but just
Yeah.
on the phone to each other. I loved that. I thought that was so sweet.
Yeah, that was golden. It really was. How did you find the flashbacks in the multiple timelines? Because
I loved it. I
yeah,
loved it. I loved the thing I like about flashbacks is that it always gets straight to the good bit. And so with the flashbacks, you're always just getting the juiciest, best bits of their relationship and seeing their relationship arc. And I loved it actually. And I was confused at the start of the book when she shows up and she's, has feelings for him, but she doesn't. Well, we as the reader don't know why because we haven't got into those flashbacks. And I found it really funny at the start when he shows her to her room and he's asking her if she's on drugs because she doesn't know how to act around him because she's been single for 10 months. But yeah, I loved the flashbacks and I loved how how that showed us their relationship developing.
yeah,
It was part of the favorite. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
yeah. There was definitely because as well as being in Italy or in Sicily, We've also got Texas as where they kind of live now. And then she also does this travel a year abroad or university abroad to Edinburgh. So there's quite a lot of different locations. I was like, wait, where are we in the timeline? I kind of forgot. So, but I do think it was about that halfway mark where I really just go, now I got you. You know, I kind of needed that amount of time to get to that point where I was like, wait, what? This episode is proudly sponsored by the Sunshine Coast Fiction Festival, one of the most exciting new events on the Australian literary calendar, and I'm thrilled to say I'm hosting it. Join myself and over 80 other authors and vendors for a 3-day festival of creative inspiration, community, and conversations at Venue 114 in Bocarina, just minutes from the beach and surrounded by the vibrant writing culture of the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. Whether you're a brand new writer dreaming up your first novel or an established author wanting to connect and learn and celebrate this wild creative life, we've got something for you. And bring all your bookish and reader friends too. The weekend is devoted to bookish fun and your chance to meet and chat with authors of all fiction genres, including romance, science fiction, fantasy, crime, and children's. There'll be workshops, panel discussions, author Q&As, and plenty of time to mingle and network and get inspired. You'll hear from some of the biggest names in fiction, including Stephanie Holmes, who's a USA Today best-selling author of dark, delicious fantasy. A.K. Mulford, a Sunshine Coast local who writes fantasy novels, rom-coms, and she's a BookTok star with a heart for magical stories. Rachel Johns is one of Australia's favourite authors of women's fiction and rural romance. Cadence Snow, she's beloved in the indie romance scene for her gripping and emotional stories. And T.L. Swan, queen of spicy international bestsellers with legions of devoted fans. And Candice Fox, award-winning crime writer and screenwriter whose thrillers you cannot put down. And of course, I'll be there too. Not just as your host, but with my own table at the signing, ready to chat, sign books, and cheer you on wherever you are in your writing journey. This is your chance to meet some of your favourite authors, connect with other passionate readers and writers, and soak up an atmosphere of creative energy that will stay with you long after the day ends. Tickets are already selling fast, and this is a 3-day event. So if you're thinking about coming, don't wait. The Sunshine Coast Fiction Festival is proudly sponsored by Serenade Publishing, the Queensland Writers Centre, the Sunshine Coast Libraries, and Baventi. Head to sunshinecoastfictionfestival.com.au to check out the full program and book your ticket now. I can't wait to see you there.
I'm a science girl.
You are.
Yes, so I have a degree in biomedical science and medical imaging science.
Yeah.
So like her science references, I love them. There's one in here when she's the main character is talking about Connor, and she's something along the lines of his cheekbone made her look up the relationship of the zygomatic arch in the cheek to the. I thought it was so funny. As a radiographer, I thought it was very funny.
Really?
I do. Yeah. I love the science references.
I do love them, and I'm thrilled that academic side is being showcased now, and Arabella, who's reading the book, is loving that because she is in the STEM program and she wants to go on and pursue sciences. So I'm like, awesome, here's all of Ali's books, you read them. Personally, I'm an arts girl, but anyway.
You should get her to read Check and Mate, which is it's a young adult. It's less spicy. There's no spice in it. It's one of my favorites actually, which surprises me because I love the spicy scenes, but this is one of my favorites. So,
Oh, awesome. Well, I did buy all of them.
oh,
Uh,
did you?
and I figure if Arabella at 13, if this is what starts her reading, I am more than happy to stand by her and buy her whatever books she wants.
I wish I went. I was always a reader, but I stopped for a while during high school, and it's one of my biggest regrets, actually. So
Yeah,
definitely encourage her to keep on with reading.
absolutely. Absolutely. So, let's get back to this one. Um, so my favorite character was Eli. I loved Eli. He's the brother, the
Yeah,
groom. Um, as a parent myself, the fact that he was a young adult and um, he took over the raising of Maya when the parents died, and and that just built on so many layers, I think, for me, because he had had such a different upbringing from her. She had
yeah,
loved her parents and he had not even spoken to them for, a while. So I thought that brought on such an interesting dynamic that I really enjoyed reading about.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And how his friends actually helped him to raise her. And then she went through this rebellious stage.
I think that ties into the whole like found family that encompasses part of this book, and I love that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So that was really beautiful. And of course there was traumas and loyalties and the Maya Geddon, which I thought was hilarious. I kind of wish they'd done
Yes,
Maya Geddon in there.
it was Maya was my favorite character. I thought she was just written so well, and just some of her one-liners, and she's like how she's moving out of that sort of bratty, younger teenage phase through to young adult. I just thought it was done so well, and she was my favorite character. I
Yeah,
liked how she was so cheeky with Connor, and yeah,
she was definitely. There's the good heat, the good tension, and yeah, and the banter, and yeah. And at the very end of the book, there's an author's note where Ellie actually talks about the time she spent in Sicily. I'm just like,
yeah,
oh.
yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine it set anywhere else. I loved the setting, and I loved that they all flew there for the wedding. I thought it was great. I couldn't see it anywhere else.
Yeah. And there were a lot of other characters, a lot of other friends who were there at the same time. So we had other workmates and other characters from other books as well. Um, at one point, I did get confused between like who are all of these people and did they really all need to be there?
Do you know that this book is the second book
I
in
do, yeah.
so that's why you might have been a bit. 'Cause have you read this one?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
Yeah, so all the characters are introduced in this book, which is why it would be confusing if you hadn't read it. Like you don't have to read it, obviously, to read the second one, but it would make it easier.
Now it makes more sense because I'm like, who are all these random people?
You should read Not in Love, because you said that the brother Eli was your favorite character.
Yeah.
So this is Eli and Rue's book, and it's very spicy. I adored it. It's one of my favorites. Actually, I think I say that about all of her books. I'm like, they're all my favorite. Yeah, you should read it. It's very good.
I will. I will. Well, I have it now, so I definitely will.
You can read them all and tell me which one's your favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I loved the scene. I loved how it concluded at the end.
Mm.
I loved how so after they leave the wedding, Connor goes off to work, and Maya ends up back at his place, and then it goes back to they're texting and phone calling again like they were at the start. But then he comes home, and you get to see the final chapters of them living their life together,
Yeah.
and and she says to him, "Welcome home," and it kind of plays into, he told her that he had this fantasy, and she thought it was going to be some erotic fantasy, and it was just her living in his house and them having a life together. And I thought that was so beautiful, and so I loved that that was how it ended. I thought that was so special.
It was gorgeous. And again, she's only 23, so it wasn't that like, now we've got to be locked in and married and all that sort of thing. So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
but you know that they're going to live happily ever after.
exactly. And she gets the job that she wanted because, of course, she changes. She was going, was she a physicist? I think it was.
Yes, yes.
And she'd been offered these other jobs, and she was like, "No, actually, I want to go and be a school teacher." So she came into her identity, which I think is one of those beautiful things about the young adult novels, is that they're really coming out of their childhood and into their identity.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that was done really beautifully in this book. So yeah, I really, hats off to Ali. I thought it was beautiful. I love what she's doing for the romance book genre. I think this is really nice to have some strong, um, really intelligent women and men portrayed in a book, which, you know, because it is a summer book, a summer romance, it's been beautifully done, merging those kind of two worlds.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, with the destination of Sicily and the beautiful book cover. Of course, they're all beautiful. So
I was looking up some reviews before we did this, just to, in preparation.
yeah,
And so many people said that this book pulled them out of a reading slump, or that Ali Hazelwood's books have done that for them,
oh,
which is just amazing. I know if I ever hit a reading slump, I could reread any of these and I adore them.
you
So
can
she's
keep
a
going.
very, very clever woman.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Elise, for this chat today. I really enjoyed it, and
Thank you so much for having me.
no worries. I can't wait to see you at the Sunshine Coast Fiction Festival.
So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. A lot of firsts for me. This is my first podcast as well. So first podcast, first fiction festival or book event. It's just so exciting. Thank you so much, Sarah, for opening all of this up for me.
Oh, thank you. And thank you, dear beautiful reader listener. Next month, we have a different sort of a book. We are going to be reading The Forbidden Alchemy by Stacey McEwen. So I am super excited to get into this book. I will also be audiobooking it because I have a beautiful cover and I do not want to crack the spine because it's so gorgeous. So yes, I had the privilege of meeting Stacey McEwen last year before she had published this book. So I can't wait to get into it and read it. And I will, of course, have another very special guest joining me for that episode next month. Thank you so much for joining. And I would love to know what you thought of Problematic Summer Romance. So tag me in social media. I'm at Sarah Williams Author, and Elise has got an absolutely gorgeous Instagram page at Elise Helliwell.
Elise Helliwell, author.
Author. Awesome. So definitely go on there and see all these absolutely beautiful photography pictures that Elise has, and of course her beautiful cover. So thank you all again for watching.